Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Legal Nurse Consultant Training Course Informational Webinar from CLS by BARBRI. If that's what you're looking for, you're in the right place. We'll get started here in just a minute or so to allow everyone time to join us. And our webinar today is going to start with a presentation from our Director of Business Development, Stephanie Elio, and then we'll be here for a few minutes to answer your questions live all about the course and career. So be sure to drop your questions in the Q&A feature below, and either one of our enrollment counselors working in the background here will respond to you directly, or we'll address it during the live Q&A. And if for some reason we don't get to your question, or if it's a more personal question, we'll be sure to provide you with our contact information to reach out to us after the webinar. With that, I'm going to introduce Stephanie from CLS, who will get our presentation started today. Take it away, Stephanie.
Thanks, Emily, and hi to all of you. Thank you for joining us today. We are going to dig in and learn about the Legal Nurse Consultant Training Course offered by CLS by BARBRI. We'll take a quick look at the agenda. So intros, all taken care of. Emily handles our marketing and I work with our enrollment teams. The ground rules for all of our webinars are the same. We have live Q&A throughout the presentation. We do have some counselors in the background that can answer your questions in real time. 99% of it I'll probably cover in this presentation. If you do submit a question, do us a favor, be kind, make your question relevant. We'll be happy to get you an answer. CLS by BARBRI, we're going to talk about who we are. We'll talk about the 100% online learning support that you get when you take an online course with us. And then we'll also discuss the difference between that and our new Flex format. We're going to look at career paths, what is actually taught in the course, how we work with college and university partners, how to enroll, and best of all, we're going to talk about the promotion that we've got right now for Fall Flex Days, and we'll get into some live Q&A time providing at the end. So let's go ahead and dig right in. CLS by BARBRI. CLS, formerly known as the Center for Legal Studies, has been around since 1980. We actually became a part of BARBRI Global about 3 years ago. BARBRI Global is the world leader in legal education, distance learning, training, certification. We don't only train legal support staff, but in our larger organization of BARBRI, they also train law students, law school graduates. We work with employers. We do CLEs, everything in the life cycle of a legal professional. Working with CLS and getting some training here is really an entry point for that legal support staff. Why would you want to work with us? We make sure that we work hard to keep our courses affordable in comparison to other programs out there. We do believe that we offer some of the most flexible formats available. We know our students are busy. They've got busy lives, whether you want to learn on a set schedule or have more flexibility of when you want to study and how you want to do that, we try to make it available. As far as the credibility goes, we only employ licensed professionals. That's licensed legal professionals, licensed attorneys, high-ranking paralegals who have teaching experience on top of that. So it's not just purely academic or purely professional. They're a blend of the two, and they have a minimum of 10 years experience. So you're being taught by the folks that know what is relevant in today's world, and all of our courses are focused on practical, applicable skills. Today, we're going to talk about the LNC, Legal Nurse Consultant course. That is not the only program we offer. If you have browsed our website already, or perhaps you may have already taken another one of our courses, we've got an entire catalog at CLS that includes paralegal certificate course, legal secretary, legal investigation, a long list of advanced topics where you can dig into very specific areas of the law, such as immigration law, things that may be compatible with LNC, victim advocacy, alternative dispute resolution. All of those are visible and available to enroll on our website. And In addition to that, if you don't find what you're looking for there, you can call our enrollment counselors. We're going to give you our contact information a couple of times today. So if you don't write it down or don't happen to catch it, I will most likely repeat it. And we will be sending out this recording after today for all those that were not able to join us live. How does our online learning work? We train in what is called an asynchronous virtual classroom. What that means is students have a class that is available to them 24/7 through our portal, which means you don't need any special software or anything like that on your computer. Simple internet access will suffice. The platform is housed on our servers. Students that are enrolled have 24/7 access to it while their course is in session, whether that be an online course or a flex course. It really is very easy to use and flexible. It's an interactive platform. The instructors are available there. That's how you'd communicate with them and classmates if you chose a format that has them. In addition to all of the reading materials, your assignments, link to your syllabus, etc. There's also video and printed tutorials available right there on the system. And again, all you need is simple internet access. So where you may want to do the bulk of your studies in the privacy of your own home or at a library, if you happen to be on the road and want to use your iPad or just need to look something up from your cell phone, you can do that too. We do provide ongoing administrative and technical support for all of our students throughout their programs. The instructor and peer interaction. So all of our students have access to their instructor. Now, I mentioned the qualifications of our teachers, and I mentioned that they are busy working professionals, just like many of you. So that means they've got day jobs. Are you going to be able to get a response back within minutes, between the hours of 8 and 5, 8 and 6? Maybe if they've got office hours in a window there, but more often than not, you'll need to allow a little time for reply. But on our system, there are email tools. Our instructors do set up regular office hours so that you know when those are. If you wanted to communicate or have a more in-depth discussion, you could certainly set an appointment with them. And our instructors respond via email in the system within about 24 to 48 hours. There are weekly assignments and deadlines that are specifically designed to keep you on track and on pace with your program if you're enrolled in the standard online. And there are discussion forums for those standard online students. When I refer to our standard online versus our flex, standard online is when we deliver this course in a 7-week session, of which we have 6 per year. The next one of those doesn't start until January. So if you are wanting to get this course started straight away, you may be more inclined to take a look at our flex option, which we're going to talk about again in a few minutes. But the flex option, you can actually start any day. The biggest difference between the online and the flex is really going to be whether or not you are in a class with classmates or you are studying on your own, and whether or not you are going to start on a certain date like January, March, May, on that set schedule for online deliveries, or you want to start tomorrow. Our flex classes, you can start any day. Now, in regard to the peer interaction, our online classes, you're in a class with other students and there are discussion boards for which part of your grade requires that you participate weekly. Instructor posts a topic for discussion. You need to get in there, look at what that is, add your comments. Once you do, you will get credit for participation, but you can also see your classmates' responses. If you are choosing to take a flex format where you are in a class by yourself and you are starting any day, you wouldn't have a discussion forum per se. You would be doing instead reflection assignments, and your instructor would be grading those for your participation. How do we grade? The syllabus that lists all the learning objectives telling you exactly what we're going to teach you is available directly on our website at legalstudies.com. In the standard online format, this course is delivered in one single 7-week session. It is available 6 times per year. The Flex format is available 365 days a year. Your clock starts ticking when you register, basically, and we send out your confirmation and your username and password. Flex students have 4 months to complete the course. They're doing the identical curriculum that an online student would do in 7 weeks. So, true to its name, it really is more flexible. As far as our grading, not only for this course, Legal Nurse Consultant, but every course that CLS offers, we require a minimum passing score on every assignment, every quiz, every test, everything you do, 70% or better. It's intentional and it is unyielding. We do not award certificates of completion to students that do not get a 70% or better on everything they do, and there is no cumulative grading on any assignments. So, first question that comes to mind, what happens if I fail a test or a quiz? It happens. It doesn't mean that you're failing the program. It means that you're going to communicate with your instructor. You're going to review where you got off track, why you might have missed particular pieces of that. You may have been overthinking something. You may have, gone down a rabbit hole. Whatever the case may be, you will have an opportunity to review it. Your instructor will provide feedback, and you'll be allowed to redo it. The purpose for this policy is not to be punitive. It is to ensure that you will be capable and successful upon completion of the program. We want you to go out in the world and be a rock star with all the new skills that you develop to be able to apply them in the real world straight away when you get there. Students in our courses, including this one, should plan to spend about 8 to 12 hours per week on their coursework. Now that includes the time that you spend reading. There's a lot of reading in any legal course, not just this one. Your time online, your time to do test quizzes, that's 8 to 12 hours total for all those different activities. Now, a good gauge that I tend to give prospective students, which they tell me it's helpful, hopefully to you too, how long, whether it's 8 and 12, because there's kind of a wide range there, is going to depend on your own personal study skills, your study habits, your time management, and your reading comprehension. Again, there's a lot of reading with this program. If you are the type of student that can read things on a first run, get through them, comprehend them quickly, be able to put them back out in your own words and truly understand and retain, you're going to be on the short end of that. If you are the type of learner that reads things multiple times for better comprehension and understanding, you'll probably be on the 12-hour side. If you find in not only this course, but any course, you're spending more than 15 hours a week, and that's not of your own volition because you're trying to get through it really, really fast, you need to communicate with your instructor. Check in with them. Make sure that you have not gone down a round path. Make sure you're not overthinking something. There is a lot to learn. You can see that when you review the syllabus, but it is absolutely doable. We have been teaching this course for more than 45 years, and our graduates, they work hard, they earn their certificates, but they are also very competent when they leave here, and our completion rate is well above 80%. So absolutely doable. Don't let that minimum score scare you. It is there to protect you and to support you. We already started talking about the flex option. If you are really motivated and you want to start now, you absolutely can. You don't need to wait for that January online session or the one after that, March, May. the 6 we have in 2023. You could start today, you could start tomorrow. When you do, you would pay your tuition, you would get your textbooks, and when you do that, your clock would start ticking and we give you 4 months. You work entirely at your own pace in that 4 months time. If you choose that format, I would advise you to map out kind of a schedule for yourself. Plan to crank out a week and an assignment a week or something. If you've got weeks you know you're going to be out, you've got a pre-planned vacation, you've got, kids out of school over the holidays, and you need to take a little downtime, still make your own roadmap for completing within that 4 months and give yourself some leeway. You'll be in a much better position. This flex option is really an incredible addition in the year 2022, especially for our nurses. We have been working with you guys for a long time in this program, and we know that you, more than any other students that we have, work some crazy and insane schedules. Weekends, nights, long hours. So the flex option has been very attractive in that you dictate your schedule. You could crank out 3 or 4 assignments in 1 week and then come back and, do some more assignments 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later, whatever works for you. You still retain the option of interacting with the instructor. Absolutely, the course is still instructor-led. You will still earn a certificate and a digital badge. We didn't talk about the digital badges yet. The piece of paper that you earn at the end from the college or university partner you chose, that's fantastic to say you finished it. But that's all it has, is the course title and the dates and the school's name. Of course, a digital badge is so much better than that. The digital badge has all that information. Plus, you can drill down into it, and a prospective employer can actually see which skills you developed in the program. That's what they're hiring you for. Not just an added couple letters at the end of your name, but what do you know? What demonstrable skills have you added to your repertoire? So beyond that, you can also drill down, and there are employment opportunities available in that digital badge. It's something you can add to your LinkedIn profile, other social media platform, add it to your digital resume. It's an addition that we did about 1.5 years ago, and we have had nothing but positive feedback from our students and the employers that we work with that are looking for our graduates. Speaking of happy students, you can find testimonials on our website. There is an entire page dedicated to them. We rotate them every so often, so they all are current and relevant. In addition to that, there are reviews and testimonials on our social media platforms. And we have enrollment counselors that would be happy to talk to you as well. Rather than read those, I encourage you to check them out. Read them for yourself. If you want to have video of testimonials to hear and actually listen to some students that have taken our courses, our enrollment counselors can supply you with that as well. What are you going to learn, and what are you going to do with it? First of all, you need to decide what credential you want to go for, which certificate. We work with a lot of medical professionals. Many of you in the audience and those watching this today are nurses. You do not have to be an RN. You don't have to be a registered nurse, any kind of nurse. We'll talk about the difference in the next slide. But before we do that, I want you to know that for our nurses, it's not so much what type of nurse you are, more that you have experience, something that makes you an expert in your field. And 5 to 10 years experience is what's really encouraged. Legal nurse consultants work as experts in their field. And you know as well as I do, somebody that got out of nursing school yesterday or just started as a nurse has got a lot of years to build that practical experience. They don't start off as an expert in anything. But over years and years of practical work and doing the job, you become experts. Experts whose opinions are respected and needed in the legal field, which is where the legal nurse consultant work comes in. So make sure that if this is something you're looking to, that you've got the background experience to help you be successful. Our LNC course has been so popular in the past years that a few years back, we actually decided to extend this training to other medical professionals. So if you've noticed on our website, not only do we have the legal nurse course, we have a medical professional legal consultant. That is truly designed for everyone else that works in medical that is not a nurse. Physicians, optometrist, podiatrist, dentist, chiropractor, paramedic, you name it. Unfortunately, we live in an extremely litigious society. If you are a medical professional, there will be times in your career where you get stuck in something that requires some legal background. It can do nothing but help you. As far as malpractice and some of the legal jargon, all of those things that can help you, whether you're moving into administration or you want to do consulting work on the side. Many legal cases have some medical element within them, and the legal professionals are responsible for the legal knowledge, not the medical knowledge. They look outside for that. So they're looking for LNCs and MPLCs to bring that expertise to the case. If you've got your own practice, if you're moving into a higher administrative role, having that additional legal knowledge is nothing but an asset that you will definitely need and use. As far as what you're going to learn in this course, intro to law, basic legal jargon, ethics. Ethics are paramount at CLS, and they are a component of every single course we ever teach. You'll learn about defense medical, the job skills required, case analysis, litigation process, criminal and toxic torts, practice areas, about the profession itself. During the tail end of the course, the instructor will also discuss with all students how to get out there and market yourself, where to be looking for a job. As I was discussing LNC and MPLC, both of them cover similar topics, but the dialogue between the instructor and the students really is customized to which of those groups you fall into. No matter which course you take, it's just going to increase your practical and applicable knowledge. You will know how to work as a legal consultant when you finish up this course, whichever area you choose to go into. And you do not have to renew certificates every 2 years. Once you earn this, it is yours. Our LNC course yields a 42 hours of continuing professional development for RNs. So when I said a few moments ago, you don't have to be an RN to take the LNC course and utilize the practical skills you can develop in that course. It's warranted for all nurses. If you want to count your CEUs, this course is worth 42 hours for RNs. So the only piece that's really going to determine whether or not you need to be an RN is getting those 42 CEUs. And your registration needs to be current. So with that, I'm going to answer this question now because it might get asked later, so we'll nip it. Do you have to sit for any kind of exam to work as an LNC? The answer is no. There is an LNCC exam given by the LNCC group, but it is not a requirement for you to go out and work as an LNC. In fact, not only is it not a requirement for somebody that's new and starting out in this, you can't even sit for that exam until you have logged 2,000 hours working as an LNC. So once you complete the course, you earn a certificate, you get your digital badge, you can immediately add the letters LNC or MPLC after your name, and you are eligible to work and practice as such. You can become a certified LNC by taking that exam after you have logged those 2,000 hours. So it's not an entry-level thing. It's something that you would take much farther down the road. And we've been doing this a long time, a handful, multiple handfuls, because we train thousands of students a year, but a small percentage ever actually sit for that exam. And if they do, it's because they are moving into that higher level administration, or their intention is to begin mentoring others. So other than those two routes, I wouldn't worry about an exam. I would get the skills, what you need, add LNC to your name, go out and work. You'll be ready to rock. Where can you do that? Law firms, absolutely. Healthcare organizations, insurance companies, state and county government agencies, forensics, lots of different places. Anytime you have a new skill set that everybody doesn't have, it helps you to stand out in a competitive industry. The expertise you're going to gain in this will help you to work in product liability, expert witnesses, care planning, risk management. They didn't have nursing homes on that list, but absolutely add it to that list. Insurance, licensing boards, all kinds of other things that are not even listed here. You can certainly increase your earning potential. Average $40 an hour if you're doing full time. Starting salary could be $80K a year, according to payscale.com. A good LNC working just on a case-by-case basis could make $600 to $800 an hour on a contract basis for performing duties as an expert witness in a trial. So there are opportunities to either take this on an ad hoc basis, just for some extra work here and there, for those that are retiring from nursing and looking to stay active and capitalize on their experience and their expertise, or just give back. Whatever it may be, your motivation, there's a pathway for you out there. How do you enroll? I mentioned a little bit ago that your certificate would come from one of our partner institutions. CLS by BARBRI works with 150 accredited college and university partners throughout the United States. It's very likely we have one in your neck of the woods. If not, this is not state by state training. Everything's taught on a federal level. So if we don't have one in a state where you may live, one of the 7 or 8 states that we don't have partners in, choose a neighboring state. Choose a school that is, the next closest to you, and earn your certificate from there. The course is taught by CLS. The instructors work for CLS. The curriculum is updated by CLS. Your CEUs, if you are an RN, are issued by CLS. The certificate of completion you earn would come from whichever accredited college or university you choose when you register. It is a common practice for continuing and professional education departments to partner with providers such as ourselves. Their purpose is to offer programs to their community, to students that are looking to increase their skills, continue their careers, change careers, add to their professional education and career advancement. And because they want to offer as many programs as possible, they go to the specialist and best in the industry to provide that training. So CLS is the trainer, and the certificate would be issued by the school. They vet our curriculum every year and work with us closely on administrative roles. And as far as, any student needs come up, we're in constant communication with all of them all the time. Most of the partner schools, you can register directly on our website. There is a handful wherein you may need to go straight to the school's website to get registered. Either way, our website will direct you. So if it says add to cart, simply add to cart. We will process your registration directly on our website. If you do not want to do that online, you can certainly speak with our enrollment counselors and they'll be happy to help you take care of it over the phone. How much does it cost? Books, how do I pay? The Legal Nurse Consultant Training course is $1,195. There is one required book, and that is a $189 textbook, Legal Nurse Consulting Principles and Practices, 4th edition. They publish new editions because they change the content of the book. So if you have an older edition and the instructor's telling you to read this page through that page, it's not the right edition, then those things are going to match. If they've updated case law or anything else within the content of that book and you have an older edition, it's not going to match. So 4th edition is the current edition we are using to teach the course. A dictionary of the law is a valuable resource, whether you have ours that we sell, Orens, or you have Blacks, or you have one from somewhere else. Whichever way, I recommend that you have one. At least the brand doesn't matter, but having a law dictionary is really an asset and something you're going to use a lot down the road. There's a ton of new vocabulary in legal courses. Our textbook prices are as competitive as we can possibly make them. If you choose to buy your book somewhere else, you can find the ISBN numbers in our bookstore on our website. Make sure if you get it from somewhere other than us that you do cross-reference that ISBN. If you go look, you're going to find that, our prices are probably lower, and we'll guarantee that you have the right edition. For the MPLC folks, tuition for that program is $12.95. There is an optional Westlaw subscription that you could get. That's access into the online law library system. We also use that LNC book simply because there is no MPLC book. For folks taking that course, we are actually the creators, the founders of the MPLC credential. Just like we have the LNC course approved through the AALNC, we have the MPLC course approved through the AAPA. That's the American Association of Physician Assistants, and that course will actually yield CMEs, continuing medical education units. If that's something you're interested in, you want further information, it's absolutely on the syllabus on our website, but you could also contact our enrollment counselors and they'll be happy to walk you through that. We offer multiple payment options on our website because our courses are non-credit, continuing and professional education. They are not eligible for federal financial aid. However, we do offer some options. Affirm payment plans. You may be familiar with them. They do payment plans for big box stores, things like that, online shopping, Overstock, and other similar places. You can break up your payments from 3 to 18 months. You can put your textbooks, your Westlaw, and your tuition all in one lump sum. You can apply for that directly on our website. You go click on Affirm. It's actually going to pull you off, take you to a secure site, process your application. Takes all of 2 minutes, very easy. I encourage, if you want to split it out into payments, that you try for that. It does accept a very wide range of credit, and there's no prepayment penalties. So if you want to pay it off early, you can, but you would have the latitude to pay it out smaller chunks over a longer period of time. We also work with PayPal. We do PayPal Pay in 4 and PayPal Credit. Some other Payment options may be available by certain partner schools. If that's something you're interested in, then you need to check with our enrollment counselors. It's a small handful of them. And the other option is, on your own credit, let your own budget dictate paying your credit cards. And you can do that with any major card, American Express, Visa, MasterCard, right there on our website. Best part of the day, I can help you save money. For Fall Flex days started today, this morning, last night, and it's going to go until the 13th. So almost a 2-week promotion for our Flex students. And LNC is offered in a Flex format. So if you do want to take this course and you want to get started straight away, this is the biggest discount we have ever offered on this program, 15% off. That can be applied towards your tuition directly on the checkout screen. So all you do is put the course in your shopping cart, add the book, go to your checkout screen. There is a spot to put in a discount code, which is Fall Flex 15, FALLFLEX15, all caps. Enter that, it will automatically deduct 15% from your tuition. If you have any further questions, we encourage you to call our enrollment counselors. They are available from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, Monday through Friday. They love to talk to students. They love to answer questions. So please call them. No question is too small, providing it is relevant to our courses. You can also email. Send that to info@legalstudies. That's info@legalstudies.com. And visit our website directly, www.legalstudies.com. Our online sessions begin every 8 weeks. The next one is in January. And our online flex starts any day you want it to. You get 4 months to complete. Clock starts ticking when you take it. Don't wait, register today. Take that 15% off. Emily, I'm going to kick it back to you and see if we have any questions that we can answer.
Yes, thank you, Stephanie. As we said, we're going to answer some of your questions here live. If you have one, please put it in the Q&A and we'll either respond directly or one of our enrollment counselors will respond to you as well. Again, if we don't get to your question, we will put up that contact information up again at the end of the presentation. And as always, it's available on legalstudies.com. So the first question I wanted to address was just finding the different formats on our website. So if you go to legalstudies.com and on the top you click courses or even just hover over it, you'll see all of our courses pop up by category. We have an entire category just for nursing and medical courses. LNC is the top selection. And on that page, you can learn a lot more about the course, watch videos, past webinars, but you can also search on there for your school. You can search by format, or if you're not sure about the format yet, just search by your state to see what schools are in your area. Gives you tons of options. And again, as Stephanie pointed out, that's where you check out. That is where you can add to cart. And in the case of if you're enrolling in that online flex option, you'll then be able to add that discount once it is in your cart. If you really just want to take some time and see what schools we partner with overall, you can go to the About CLS section, and there is a partner schools page. So you can navigate by a map that we have. You can search by your state or a zip code. Keep in mind that not every school we partner with offers every course. So some may not offer the LNC or MPLC, but you can still see what's in your area or what's neighboring to you. And finally, I just wanted to point out on the website, Stephanie was mentioning about the payment options. So under the About CLS section, there is a payment options page that goes into even more detail about Affirm, about PayPal. And like she said, if you have any more questions or want a personalized consultation on what would be best for you, our enrollment counselors are happy to walk you through that process. And right now, of course, we have that Fall Flex discount going on for 15% off. That is a savings of nearly $180. So I would definitely take advantage of that now if you would like to get started on your coursework. Stephanie, we did have a couple questions. Obviously, we teach many courses at CLS, one of which being paralegal courses. So how does this course differ from paralegal in the paralegal field?
Well, paralegal is very much a job with a very specific skill sets. An LNC is not going to have as many core skills that a paralegal has. They're really more about how the legal industry bridges with the medical industry and healthcare. Whereas a paralegal is going to, be drafting documents and doing legal research, all of that kind of thing. We actually have nurses that choose to, once they take the LNC course, they get like bit by a legal bug and they just want to keep learning and take on even more, and they'll do both. There are nurse paralegals now that do both. Paralegal is one of the most transferable skill sets that people can have. They work literally everywhere. Law offices, just like LNCs, but they also work in finance, the banking industry, insurance company, healthcare organizations, government agencies, all the way down to car dealerships and real estate offices and private corporations. Everybody's got a legal department. So a paralegal certificate, which is twice as long, it would be 14 weeks online or 6 months in a flex format for paralegal. They can do that in just under $2,000. You can look on our website for it. We'll be more than happy to do a consultation if you're thinking about expanding your nursing new legal career with nursing and want to pick up both. But this LNC course is really to bridge the gap between all the nursing skills you have and the needs that relate to medical issues in the legal field.
Great, thank you, Stephanie. We're getting a few clarifying questions. Can you go over the difference between the traditional online course and the online flex? The differences there one more time.
Sure. The standard online is a 7-week online course. It is instructor led. You have weekly assignments. There is a very specific start date and end date, and students will complete the course in 7 weeks. There's weekly assignments due each and every week. Instructor puts it up on Monday, it's due on Sunday. And the start dates are set in stone. There's no mobility there. So the next opportunity to do the online class would be January 9th, 2023. The online flex format, you're still going to get all the accessibility into the online portal. You still have an online instructor, but you don't have classmates and you can start whenever you want. And your timeline is 4 months to complete the course. You manage control of your own schedule. So you work whatever time, day, month, week, whatever you want. With nurses, flex is tending to be more popular because having to get the reading done and an assignment and prepare for a test or a quiz within a 7-week and work the crazy schedule that they didn't anticipate because somebody changed it that week, it makes it a little tighter. So if you want to have the flexibility and you want a longer timeline to complete the program, I recommend flex.
Great, thank you, Stephanie. I know a couple of people asked some questions wanting to dive a little deeper into what you'll be learning in the course. And the best way to do that is on legalstudies.com. Under that About CLS section, we have a syllabi page that actually has the syllabus for every course that we offer. You'll find the legal nurse consultant course about halfway down that page. And you can read it both for the traditional online course and the online flex. Both cover the same content, but obviously it's just a bit of a different schedule, a bit of a different format. But on those pages, you can dive into an entire description of the course objectives, expectations, and completion requirements, many of which Stephanie covered earlier in this presentation, the course goals, and a reiteration of what books you will need. So it's a great resource. Obviously, we can't dive into all those details on a presentation today, but I definitely recommend reading that following this webinar. Let's see. Getting a couple questions, wanting to clarify how to work with the partner schools, etc. Stephanie, if you can help me answer this one, but basically if you go and select that partner school on legalstudies.com, there's no need to contact that college or university unless it navigates you to their website in order to complete that registration. Is there anything else that a student would need to know about the partner schools?
Not really.
Okay.
Every single one is an accredited institution. Most all of our partners have been working with us for a very long time. We do the administrative back and forth for you. There really is no need to do that. When you complete your program, we will notify them and they will issue your certificate directly to you.
Great, thank you. All right, well, I think we are out of time for today. I know we didn't get to everybody's questions. There was quite a few of them. So if we did not get to you, please reach out to us. We'll put our contact information back up on the screen in just a moment. But thank you to Stephanie. Really appreciate your time today. Great, thorough presentation. And thank you to everyone for attending today. Our enrollment counselors, like Stephanie said, are available to you via phone, email, and even chat on our website if you want to get in contact with them that way. As Stephanie said, our next traditional online course begins in January, but if you're interested in starting now with the Online Flex course, now is definitely the best time to enroll, as you can save that 15% on tuition with the code FALLFLEX15 at checkout. That is a savings of nearly $180. If you have any further questions, let us know. We will be sending out the recording of this webinar tomorrow, so you can always watch it back if you missed something. And we hope you guys have a great rest of your day.
And before we sign off, if we could get the contact information, there we go, right back on the screen. For those of you that wanted to take a peek at it. Thank you so much for joining us today. We can't wait to see you in class.